Last Wednesday I took her to Red Lobster, bro.
How quickly a chat about food can end up in a flat-out fist fight. Boy, I sure miss those afternoon throwdowns on Jerry Springer. Apparently, our investigation in Kemah has the folks down there reminiscing about the show. How do we know? We've got new emails. Quoting, "Wow, this is like being forced to watch the Jerry Springer show at work. Looks like we're making friends down at the coast."
Yet another frivolous public information request by a hired gun consultant.
On social media, the mayor likes to say that facts aren't my friend. Good thing we also have video of the mayor's car at that Kemah cop's house one night around midnight. The officer who shot this video and his supervisor say they were both pressured to resign the following day. How come? The rest of the department put under a gag order. Well, that's transparency, Mayor. The last Kemah City Council meeting didn't end up in a fist fight like this.
And at the rate that we burn $14,000 a day in the city of Kemah in expenses, a sense of urgency is real, Terry, and we are in a budget crisis. And to simply wait another 2 weeks to get information, to me, is not acceptable.
But things are getting testy, even through social distancing.
I hate the dysfunction that's taken over this meeting because of political grandstanding.
Check out this email the mayor sent to City Council before the meeting. Quote, "Please stand down on trying to manage the financial and operational aspects of the city at a detail level. If you want to be in a staff leadership role, please apply for a position when it opens up." Councilman Kyle Burke's reaction? Wow. Turns out he was asking too many questions about how your money was being spent. How dare him?
To be clear, my only agenda is for Kemah. All items I request are to review policy and to ensure that we are operating the city in a fiscally prudent manner.
While the city of Kemah was literally shut down, the overtime bill for Kemah city employees in April was $34,000.
Look, we are a small town, and I want to promote transparency in our town.
The mayor seemed to be more angry that folks around town might be seeing exactly what Burks is finding.
Feel very strongly that council members who request that information should keep it confidential.
From the people who are paying the bills, this, my friends, is the beginning of a political meltdown. One of the oldest tricks in the book when you're a politician under scrutiny and clearly losing control is to play the money game. Complain how expensive it is to give out information that the public is legally entitled to see. WCID 12 President Matt Wiggins can't add up water bills and fire fees, but apparently he thinks he knows what our investigation is costing the citizens of Kemah: $15,634.25. He must know it down to the penny. Wiggins even posted the number on Facebook, so it's gotta be true. I bet that's legal fees, money billed to Kemah by their part-time city lawyer, Dick Gregg. Dick Gregg makes his money working for small towns. And here's another little secret about the city of Kemah. The city attorney, he's wasting your money too. That's because the only time the city of Kemah actually needs a lawyer to look at a public information request is if somebody asks to see something that's confidential under state law. Mr. Gregg knows that, so does the mayor. Look at our requests. We tell them right there in black and white that we don't want any of that stuff. Kemah already has the right to inspect and copy records, so send a bill. But that's not what's really bothering Terry Gale.
You can't just say you're a bad person. Even though everybody knows they are.
Exactly. Exactly.
You think he's talking about me?
You like me right now. You like me.
It's nice to know Matt Wiggins is suddenly so worried about your money.
I don't read the statutes.
He thought it was just fine to use government water bills to send out 2 months in a row of political attack letters without even asking for the board's approval.
The whole thing's pretty cheesy, it's not professional.
Both times, Wiggins saved thousands of dollars on postage because he didn't have to pay for the letters himself. You did. with fire fee and water bill money. It must be nice to misuse your government job. Too bad Mr. Wiggins couldn't use the money he saved to pay his own overdue water bills and fire fees down in San Leon on that mansion he owns, the one that's falling apart. That's why this email is important. It accuses Wiggins of questionable ethics. We didn't write it. This guy did. Businessman Paul Boswell, just days before he resigned from the WCID board. In public, no one challenged Wiggins, but in emails we now have, Boswell called the letters ridiculous, petty, called Wiggins a high school bully.
I'm doing the best I can. Okay.
And that's why WCID lawyer Chris Richardson compares what's happening in Kemah to Jerry Springer. When we call Wiggins the Wizard of Kemah, he seemed to like it, so who knows? He may enjoy the bully title. So let's just stick to the facts, shall we? In the latest letter to 2,000 residents of Kemah, Matt Wiggins denies he ran off the former fire chief Brent Hahn. Hahn resigned last December. It's all lies, Wiggins told you. But for the folks who depend on protection from the Kemah Fire Department, you deserve to see this. The day before Chief Hahn resigned, Matt Wiggins, on his own, suspended Hahn without pay. Here's the proof, in an email we've got. But on what legal authority did he do it? There was no vote, no explanation what Hahn supposedly had done. Hahn resigned the very next day, but for months he had been facing harassment by Wiggins, and the emails prove it. On September 19th, we found this email from Wiggins to the fire chief. This game needs to stop immediately. When Hahn responded there were no games being played, Wiggins' response? Well, you can read it for yourself. That's the guy the mayor chose to run the water and fire board down in Kemah. When the payment for a wastewater treatment plant project was late, Wiggins wrote this to the developers. F you effing F. Well, that's a real Chamber of Commerce moment, don't you think? Now you know why we like to show you government emails, especially in an election year. Robert Kelly changed his mind about running for city council this year. He's the first to withdraw from this year's council election. What a change of heart. He's now actually endorsing the woman he wanted to throw out of office in the first place, Teresa Vasquez Evans. He's also supporting Isaac Saldana and Doug Meisinger. So maybe it's just one of those weird coincidences that the Kemah City Secretary sent out this email a couple of weeks ago in the height of the pandemic, when they were supposedly closed. She was announcing the Kemah Community Development Corporation wanted to give a contract for more than $38,000 for cleaning Kemah city buildings. And guess who was getting it? Robert Kelly. You know who's president of the KCDC? Doug Meisinger. You know who's vice president? Isaac Saldana. Look, I'm a suspicious guy, but even City Councilman Kyle Burke smelled a rat. Quoting, "We're not paying $38,000 to clean our buildings without a bid process to clean facilities that have been vacant for 6 weeks for a virus that can only live on surfaces for a week." We tried to call Mr. Kelly to chat about his pandemic cleaning experience, but he didn't call us back. But he did have time to go onto Facebook to complain about our annoying phone calls. They like social media in Kemah. The mayor uses it to call me a thug. I hope she's not disappointed I must sadly decline her recent offer that I run for political office down there. I don't live in Kemah. She posted a bumper sticker for the former mayor and me, but why wasn't I on top?
This fall, order at court. Judge Jerry is holding court.
By the way, no more fistfights. It's Judge Jerry now, presiding over important legal battles like this one over swingers.
A swingers club, it's like a union of multiple people where couples can exchange partners
with each other. You can have thirds.
Oh.
I join a couple.
Maybe we can all sign up for one of Jerry's shows on ruined relationships. Huh, Mayor?
I have no choice but to find in favor of the plaintiff.
Thank you.
I told you I was going to win.